Hey everyone, this is Mike, TR6 World on RCGroups, and I'm doing a build for an RC airplane. It's the P-51 Mustang, and this is going to be a 48-inch wingspan. I'm doing a video blog of my build. You can also, using the link that's on the YouTube video description, click on that and you'll be able to see the full build thread and discussion of the process that goes into doing this. So today I'm actually, I've cut my wing cores. Some people do a traditional balsa built up wing, and I've always been taught to do this with foam. I guess you can do it either way you want. I just happen to do it with foam. Mark Rittinger showed me how to do it with this technique, and it's worked pretty well for me. It gives me a really strong and light wing. And so here is the technique that I used. The plans come with everything that you need, including all of your drawings for the templates. And so this is, I'm just doing this for demonstration's sake so I don't have to open up the plans. But basically, this Mustang has an outer and an inner wing panel. This is the root template. So this is the airfoil shape at the inside center part of the wing. And this happens to be the airfoil shape at the outside tip of the wing, and then there's another one, the center template, that's in the middle. So ultimately you get you have two halves of each panel, a right wing and a left wing, and this you have two halves. So here you have the inner panel and the outer panel, and this makes up right wing, and here over here is the left wing. So as you can see, I've taken my templates and I've built them with like thin ply and got those set to shape. And then I've taken a foam block. You can get this foam block anywhere. And I went ahead, and this is 2-inch, 2-pound styrofoam. And I've cut the pieces out according to the plans of the shape of the wing, the dimensional shape of the wing. So this is the outer panel. You'll notice, and this is the inner panel, that I have the root template pinned, and this is the ply, and then also the center template. And I'm going to take a hot wire, which I've already done. I'm going to take a hot wire and I'm going to run it along the template so that I cut the foam to shape. So let me tell you how, for those who aren't familiar with a hot wire or haven't seen one work, I'm just using a very small one for demonstration purposes, but basically the idea of this is that you have your foam and you have the hot wire, whatever hot wire device you're using. Some of them are homemade. I'll show you my homemade one here in just a second. But the idea is that an electrical current runs through this, and this is just a 12 volt. It's plugged into the wall. An electrical current runs through this, and it makes this wire, which is kind of like an E string, guitar string on a guitar. It gets that wire hot, and so you can take your piece of foam, and I've got the hot wire, just turned it on, and I'm going to go ahead and slice this, and that's it. It's a real clean slice. It works quick, and you end up with a really fine, I'll just show you, I'll do a pattern for those who haven't really seen this before and they want to see what it looks like. Okay, I kind of messed this up just a little bit, but ultimately you have the hot wire cut this shape, and it makes it a perfectly clean cut. Oops. Makes a perfectly clean cut. So this is the technique that I use. I'm using a larger bow hot wire that I built on my original P-51 build thread. So on RCGroups or in Google, if you just type Mike's P-51 build along or Mike's Rittinger P-51 build along, it's a P-51B, you'll see the original build thread, and I think there I actually have a link to a guy that actually shows how to make a hot wire. And so this is a homemade hot wire that I have. This is made out of PVC. You can see the length of this. It's kind of large. I actually suspended this with a couple rubber bands for some rafters here in my basement, and I was able to hold the hot wire. Oops, I don't have a lot of room here in the basement. So you can see I've got some wood here, so with each hand I'm able to hold the hot wire, and I'm able to move this along the template to cut my foam. So that's what I did. A lot of you guys already know what this is, and I'm doing this for the benefit of those people who might be interested in trying a hot wire. It's really not that hard. It's been a few years since I've done one, so I was a little out of practice, and so it took me a few tries to go ahead and get it set up. But ultimately, when it's done, you end up with a really nice, clean wing core. So I'm going to have to glue the inner and the outer panels together, but the results are really nice. There's a few minor ridges in this, so I'm just going to sand this smooth so that when I get to my next step, it'll be ready to go. So we talked about the templates, we talked about the hot wire cutting. Oh, and after the sanding, what I'm going to do, the next step is I'm going to glue these halves together. So I'm going to take this panel and this panel, and I'm going to glue them together. And then I'm going to, and I haven't quite finished with my balsa sheeting, but on each side of the wing, I'm going to sheet balsa on this. So I've got a little more balsa to add because the inner wing panel kind of goes a little further than, it's a little longer, so I need to add more wood in here. But when I'm done with that, I'm actually going to glue this onto the foam panel. So that's my next step. So that's what I've done for now. I just wanted to give you guys an update and encourage you to leave your comments, encourage me to get this done. Things have been a little crazy for me busy-wise, so I haven't posted in the last week or so, week and a half, and I need to get back on track. So I'm glad that you guys stopped by and checked it out, and I'll see you on RC Groups or on YouTube. Thanks, take care, bye-bye.